What's going on, everybody? It's your boy PTK Blam back in the building with another weekly video. How you guys doing today? Today is Monday, the beginning of the week, guys. You know what that means? It is time to drop some more heat. So I got another hot video coming your way. But before I want to get into anything else, I just want to go ahead and give a shout out to everybody who comes and watches the channel, everybody who stops in on the channel, that subscribes, drops a like, leave a comment. Thank you for your continued support. We are on the road to 1,500 subscribers as well. And I do want to give a shout out to a couple of podcasts I've been on recently. If you're new to the channel, I've kind of done my book tour. You know, I've been kind of on a book tour all last week and this week as well, doing a couple of brand new podcasts. So first of all, shout out to the boy K Mega and the GRG podcast, guys. I will leave the link in the description below to his channel. Go check them out. I think Fridays is when the show is normally aired. I was on this last Friday, had a ball. Shout out to the boy K Mega, as well as all my panel members here on the Shop Podcast, where we go live every single Saturday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Check us out, Hottest Podcast on YouTube, as well as the Lords of the Round Table, Lord Cognito and his round table as well. Everybody there, they showed a mad love. Go ahead, guys, check out the Iron Lord podcast as well. That link to that YouTube channel will be down in the description. Had a ball there as well. And shout out to Nintendo. I'm going to be doing his podcast this coming Thursday, guys. So I am on a crazy, crazy book tour. I'm having a lot of fun talking a lot of games. So I got something to talk about today, okay, guys? Now, I know if you're looking at the thumbnail, I know what it looks like. I'm sorry. I know what it looks like. You guys, I know I don't normally make these kind of videos, but I feel like now is the time to talk about it. So that's what we're going to do about it. That's what we're going to do, guys. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, like I said before, you saw the thumbnail. You know what we're hitting at today. So I want to break down, and it's not so much as a hate video towards Sony, towards Nintendo. It's more so the reason why I think that Xbox is far better prepared, and as far as their current standpoint, being a far better situation than Sony's and or Nintendo's at this current point. Now, I'm not really going to harp on Nintendo because they're a different breed. Nintendo dances to the beat of its own drum. They do things completely differently than Sony and Microsoft. They don't even consider themselves competition to Sony and Microsoft as well. So we're going to exclude Sony. So I'm not going to talk Sony, but Nintendo, I'm not going to talk about them. But Sony, on the other hand, there's a couple things that I want to bring up, okay? All right. So let's start a little slow, guys, okay? Now, there's been some things going on throughout the generation. We know how it started. And we know the benefits that Sony had to begin this generation, okay? Sony did exactly what it was supposed to do and capitalized on Xbox dropping the ball. We had the DRM. We had the $100 price difference. We had the TV. We had the Kinect, which essentially probably gave Microsoft the worst start to a generation in recent memory, probably even worse than the 2006 $599 US that happened to Sony. So I think it was far worse than that. I mean, they had to struggle out the gate. The ironic thing about this generation is that right out the gate, Xbox had a ton of exclusives, brand new games, Quantum Break, Sunset Overdrive, Rise. Dead Rising 3, I believe, was an exclusive third-party game. They had a ton. Sony did not have very many. So Sony bought up a lot of the third-party marketing deals, the Call of Duties, all these other things that kind of bolstered their lineup until those God of Wars, those Horizons were ready, and we didn't see those until about 3 years in. Then we started to see trailers from these brand new Sony exclusives. So Sony kind of held out. They rode the wave because they pretty much could. They held the power edge early on. They held the price edge early on. They did the whole game sharing thing, and they really, really benefited from Microsoft's mixed messaging as far as dropping the ball, the price point to connect the TV that a lot of people did not like. Okay, I wasn't on that side of the fence, but a whole vast majority of people jumped shit. Now let's go ahead and fast forward a couple years. The Xbox One S is out. The Xbox One X is out. There's all these studios Microsoft is currently purchasing. Microsoft is in a prime position, and the singular reason why I think going into next generation, Xbox is going to be in a far better position than Sony and or Nintendo is going to be this. Microsoft in the last 12 to 16 months enabled themselves not only to step into the next generation with games, with hardware, with confidence, but do it in a way where it's a smooth transition. Sony is literally hitting the brakes in 2019. They don't have anything to show. We know they're not doing E3 or anything around E3. E3 is about 6-7 months into the year. So 6-7 months in, you're not seeing anything from Sony besides Days Gone. and then maybe that Dreams game later on. I don't even know when it comes out. Okay. Then we may or may not be getting a PSX. Now, a lot of people are of the mind, a lot of Sony fans as well as some Xbox fans are of the mind that we are definitely getting at least a PSX because a lot of people figure they're gearing up for the PS5, which makes complete sense. And anybody saying that, I'm 100%, I agree with you on that. I think they're gearing up. I think they don't have any more bullets left in the chamber. I don't think anything crazy because everything that they do have left, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, there was one other game as well, Death Stranding, there's no release dates for. We have no idea when these games are coming out. And those games are not dropping in 19 if they're not going to be at E3 2019. None of those games are going to be dropping in 2019. I can almost 100% for sure say that. Now, there's some speculation that Death Stranding is a lot further along than we thought. So there may be some sneaky announcement. Maybe Sony decides to announce something earlier. I don't know, at maybe some different event. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they'll give a Death Stranding date. I don't think The Last of Us 2 is close at all. I don't think Ghost of Tsushima is close at all as well. I think the closest one is going to be Death Stranding. So the fact that Xbox has gone on, they bought all these studios, they took a lot of the BS halfway through the generation. They refreshed. They took care of the power narrative. They took care of the price narrative. People are okay with purchasing a $500 machine that's so far ahead of the other machine that it's not even funny. They took care of the price narrative. They've done every consumer-friendly thing that they possibly could do. And they didn't have Game Pass in 2013. That's another thing. Game Pass is turning to one of the single biggest features to own an Xbox is Game Pass. It's slowly working its way to being a megaton. A huge feature that only Xbox is able to offer as far as that being an experience. So I think that's another big reason. But another huge reason is, it's going to be my last point here, is the studio acquisitions. Xbox is buying up studios left and right. And you see they pick of the litter. And it's not just random studios. These are studios who already have games in the works, who are already working on previous projects, either, third-party maybe obligations, or even they have their own idea, or they've kind of started up a game and they don't really have the money. They're buying studios that are already in the middle of doing things, that are actively doing things. They're not buying dormant studios who are not doing anything. They're buying studios who are actively trying to make these typical types of games or different kinds of games. Look at Obsidian. They had already been working on Outer Worlds for God knows how long. I think that's the thing that made Microsoft buy them. Or Xbox say, you know what? That's going to be a good acquisition if we get them. And I think if you keep that same formula all the way through to the next gen, we're going to continue to see that with more studio acquisitions. I think they're going to buy studios who have already got the ball rolling on a project, or maybe have a great idea. They're like, you know what? We've been wanting to do this, but we just been waiting for the right time to do it. And now is a great time. So I don't want to make it seem like the video is a clickbait, guys. It's not. I just wanted to break down. There's a couple reasons why I think next generation is going to be I think Xbox is in a far better position at this very point to win next generation. It's really not about winning. It's about competitiveness, pushing each other. We saw the big three on the stage. I think obviously there's some love there, but at the same time, they want to kick each other's ass. Let's be honest, guys. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about what I'm talking about, if you guys agree or disagree. Once again, excuse me, guys. Subscribe to the channel, like the video as well. Another Shop podcast coming up live this Saturday. Got a brand new guest on, guys. I keep the heat coming every single week. As well as a special podcast coming up this Sunday. When it's officially announced, guys, when I officially get the confirmation, I will notify you guys on Twitter. So follow me on Twitter. All of our links will be down in the description. Everybody who's part of the Shop podcast as well. Shout out to Fuzzy. Shout out to Jarhead. Shout out to Forte. Shout out to Zarko as well, man. So take it easy, everybody. Peace out. Have a great day.